In this video, we're going to be looking at concentration calculations involving dilutions, where we want to take a starting solution with a specific concentration and decrease that concentration so that that concentration becomes diluted. We can do this in two different ways. Number one is adding more water so that there is more solvent for the same amount of solute, therefore lowering the concentration. Or we can do this by actually removing a small amount of solute from the original solution, again thereby lowering the concentration. This example actually shows what happens when you do both, which is what makes it complicated because there are multiple steps to the calculation and therefore a lot of measurements that you're given, and it can be easy to get lost if you're not paying attention to what exactly we're doing. What always helps me is drawing a diagram in order to visualize what exactly is going on. So our starting mass of solute that we're given is 3.45 grams of potassium sulfate, which we're adding to a solution, or not a solution, we're adding to 675 milliliters of water, which is our solvent. And we remember that when we're dealing with molar concentration, we always need to have our volume in liters, so we can convert this to 0.675 liters. And there is our starting situation, which looks like a fairly standard concentration calculation. The problem, as with the previous video, our initial solute is given in grams rather than in moles, so we'll need to find the mass of potassium sulfate in order to divide by its molar mass to convert it to moles. So if we go to our periodic table, we see the mass of potassium is 39.1. The mass of oxygen is 16, and the mass of sulfur is 32.07. So if we add those numbers together, 39.1 times 2 comes to 78.20. Molar mass of sulfur is 32.07, and the molar mass of oxygen times 4 is 16 times 4, which is 64. If we work some quick arithmetic here, you should find that your molar mass comes to 174.27 grams per mole, and all we need to do is divide our initial mass by the molar mass in order to find our moles of K2SO4. Next, we need to figure out what the original concentration of this measurement is, so we take our moles of solute and we divide by the volume of our solvent, 0.675 liters, and whatever this number ends up being is our original concentration. However, we're doing a dilution, which means that this is not the final number that we have. This is only the solution for the first step. In the second step, we're going to take 10 milliliters of this solution out. Again, let's quickly convert this into liters. So 10 milliliters would be 0.0100 liters of this solution out. Now, assuming that our potassium sulfate has dissolved completely, that means that even though we've removed a relatively small volume of this solution, the concentration is the same because it came from this original solution here. What is not the same, because the volume is so small, is the number of moles of K2SO4 that we've removed. Remember, the two ways to dilute a solution are either by increasing the amount of solvent or decreasing the amount of solute. So what we need to find out is how many moles of K2SO4 we have removed from this 10 milliliters here. And to do that, all we need to do is take our concentration that we found here and multiply it by the volume that we removed, 10 milliliters or 0.01 liters, and that tells us the amount of moles of K2SO4 that we removed from the original solution. So this is step number 2. Step number 3 is that we're going to take a much larger container and we're going to add these 10 milliliters of the original solution that we removed it from, and then we're going to add more water. Remember that the two ways to cause a dilution are to decrease the amount of solute or to increase the amount of water, thereby increasing the amount of solvent. So here we're going to add more water so that the final volume of our new solution is 1.25 liters, which means all that we need to do is calculate the number of moles of K2SO4 that are dissolved within this, and then divide by our final volume, which is 1.25 liters. Now, if you were paying attention, we've already done this. We've already found the number of moles of K2SO4 that we removed from this original solution simply by taking the concentration of our starting solution and multiplying by this volume here to find the number of moles of K2SO4 we removed. So the final step is to take everything that we've done so far and divide it by our final solution volume, 1.25 liters. And if you do this, this number comes to approximately 2.35 times 10 to the negative 4 moles of K2SO4 per liter. Now, it's a little bit strange because this is an ionic compound, which means that it's going to dissolve in solution. It's a little bit strange to write this concentration as moles of our ionic compound when the ions do not remain together. So if we wanted to calculate the ion concentration of K plus and SO4 minus, let's write out our dissolving reaction here. K2SO4 dissociates into 2 potassium ions and 1 sulfate ion like this. So because the ratio of sulfate to potassium sulfate is 1:1, we can show that by showing this conversion factor here, 1 sulfate per 1 K2SO4, which means that our concentration of sulfate in our diluted solution is exactly the same, approximately equal to 2.35 times 10 to the negative 4 moles of sulfate per liter. But if we wanted to do a second calculation where we calculate the amount of potassium ions we have, well, now we look at our mole ratio and we see 2K plus per 1 K2SO4. So K2SO4 cancels, and we are multiplying our concentration of the overall ionic solid by 2 to find the concentration of just the potassium ions, which, if you don't round your final answer, or don't round until your final answer, comes to approximately 4.69 times 10 to the negative 4 moles of K plus per volume of or per liter of solution, rather. So backtracking, because there's a lot that's been talked about here, the first thing we need to do when given a dissolving calculation is to calculate the starting concentration of the original solution, which is 3.45 grams of K2SO4, which we convert into moles so that we can divide by our starting volume to get moles per liter. And from there, we're going to remove a small volume of this solution, which, because this came from our original solution, has the same concentration, which means we can multiply it by this volume in order to find how many moles of K2SO4 we had removed. And then if we take this number of moles and add it to a solution that has a final volume of 1.25 liters, all that we need to do is take this moles of K2SO4 that we removed and divide by our final volume in order to get our diluted concentration, which is what we see here. In the final video on concentration calculations, we're going to look at a complicated situation in which the volume of water of a solution changes because of the reaction itself.